Katie, first half y'all got out to a 10, 11-point lead despite not shooting well. Just what was the message to them at halftime in terms of just kind of maybe taking advantage of that and trying to put Smith County away?
We just talked about that. We were kind of getting whatever look we wanted. We had to knock that shot down. We knew going into this game that the middle of the paint was kind of going to be the option that we had, and so we had to have somebody in there to shoot that could score it. And I thought we kind of made an adjustment to that in that second half. And then when they kind of started changing up their defense, it got a little erratic. So.
Coach, tell me a little bit about what happened at the end of the game. Were you just like kind of trying to hold the ball because I know y'all passed up, and it seemed like they were getting turnovers?
Yeah, so it's a funny subject. I absolutely hate holding the ball because historically we do a very poor job of it. But my assistants are trying to get me to do that. But I feel like every time that we kind of tend to do that, we get very stagnant and become kind of lackadaisical with the basketball. And normally teams end up speeding us up and we kind of make poor choices in that moment. When we're in attack mode and we're looking to score, my team is a much better team.
Maddy, last year was a tough loss to McMillan in the quarterfinals. How's it feel senior year, get one step ahead now going to the semis?
It feels really good. Last year was a heartbreaker. We obviously didn't want to go out first round last year, but we just had it in our minds that we needed to come here and take care of business. So I'm glad that we could do that this game.
Kind of did that midway through the third. They cut it to a 5-point lead. You kind of took over there. Was that a personal push, like pushing yourself in that point to kind of kick it into gear, or did it take a coach kind of pushing you that way?
I was taking some not the best choice shots at the beginning of the third, and I came out of the game and the coaches told me that I needed to take control. So when I went back in there, that's what I did.
Obviously, you have all been here before at this point. How much of having experience playing in this gym do you think helped you out, especially early on when you're making that run?
Yeah, I think it's huge. One of the main reasons we try to get down here on this floor as much as possible if we think we have an opportunity to come to the glass house. It's like I told them in the locker room, we've been on that floor a million times. We got to go out and we got to play basketball just like you played since you were a little girl. And I thought that we were shooting poorly early, but I thought that they came out loose and ready to go, especially in that first quarter early.
How much
Question for Maddy. So you've been here before at this stage. You were on that team where you advanced to the Final Four, but Maddy, you are now as that kind of a personal vendetta for you to, hey, I want to get GP somewhere they've never been before, and that's still a Final.
Yes, sir. I know that my sophomore year, it was another heartbreaker. We made it past the first round, which is only the second time in school history that we've ever done that. So it feels really good to be able to get there again, and we just need to be ready to go and take care of business again, and hopefully make it as far as we've ever gone before.
Katie, how important is it, or how much of a luxury of it is it to have a player like Maddy? I know you have several girls who are going to play college basketball someday, but when your team needs buckets and to have a player to go to, how big of a feather in your cap is that?
Yeah, it's huge. I'm very fortunate to have lots of college athletes at some point on my team, but just because her presence inside is so huge that even when we do throw it into her and let's say she's not scoring or they're double teaming her, she normally does a pretty good job of kicking out to our shooters, and that's where I think that we are a little bit better this year because we have 3 and 4 guards that can kind of knock down a shot for us at any time, and so I think that's huge for us. They have to pay so much attention to Maddy that it kind of opens up somebody on our floor.
Brought to you by SmartBank. Play smart. Bank smart. SmartBank. For more information, visit smartbank.com.